Hey, I'm Eric O'Keefe, and I'm here with Heather Cromwell, another amazing client of Body by Brady. And she's here today to talk about her story, to talk about her results, and everything else in between about her experience. So, Heather, thank you so much for taking the time to come on and talk with me today. I appreciate it.
Oh, sure thing. My
All
pleasure.
right. So, let's get I guess let's kind of set the stage. Let's give everybody a backstory so we know where you're coming from and what you've kind of overcome. So, what was it before you started training and working out there? What was the big issue? What was the thing that you were really trying to overcome?
Before I started here, I would say that I've always enjoyed working out ever since probably college. I've always kind of worked out, but I had gotten burned out probably about a year ago. And so I was at a gym, but it was a lot of classes, and um, classes just weren't really my thing. So I kind of tried to go out on my own and do my own thing, and that wasn't my thing either. So I had heard about Body by Brady and decided to come give this a try. I really just needed help with getting getting through the door, getting out of bed in the morning and coming working out, and just needed somebody to kind of push me to do that.
Okay.
And that's what they've done.
Okay. So you were active and right, making sure doing your best to stay in shape. It was just that the motivation or
hmm
the dedication really kind of wasn't there.
And now that I'm in my 40s, I was noticing that it was harder to stay in shape on my
Okay.
own. So,
Okay. And
yep,
so since it was getting harder, there was probably a little bit of frustration, right? Kind of
yep,
just getting, all right, I got to
absolutely.
find something, right? So you tried a lot of other places. How'd you end up finding Body by Brady and kind of ending up there?
I kept seeing their things on Facebook,
Okay.
and so I kept thinking. And I had a friend who tried a year ago, and she had great results. And so I think it was a one day it said, we're looking for people to, for a body transformation. And I thought, well, I need a body transformation, so so
Right.
let me come check you out.
Okay. So you come in, were you nervous? Like, were you like kind of, I don't know what to expect. Is this going to be something like everything else? Is that kind of what you were thinking?
I didn't really know what to expect,
Okay.
because it's kind of a different type of gym. I guess
Hmm.
gym, but and so I had no idea, and I couldn't really tell from the Facebook page how it was different, but I knew it wasn't your typical gym where you're just going to show up and work out on your own. So I was excited to find out what it was all about.
Okay. And so once you get in, you get involved. What is the big difference? So everybody's watching. What makes this different compared to like a typical gym or what you were doing before?
Well, it's a very small group, so there's only four at the most. There's five people per group,
Hmm.
and it's not a class. It's really it's like working out with a personal trainer, but there's four of you in there. But they do a great job motivating each individual and knowing exactly what each individual should be doing as far as their, which weights they should be using. And so it's really like working out with a personal trainer, and they're so motivating. And I mean, I absolutely love it. It's been perfect for me.
So there's a lot of a personal attention, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. And that you once you get that personal attention, how does it make you feel knowing you have that attention compared to maybe like what you were doing before?
I love it. I mean, I know I'm pretty good pushing myself, but it's also great to have somebody there pushing me, and having him know what weights I should be using. And if there's a day that I'm feeling like maybe I don't want to use as many weight, if I had been working out on my own, I might slack off. I might use some
Hmm.
less weight, and he comes over and he ratchets it up a notch, and doesn't let me get away with wanting to slack off for a day. So,
Okay. So
yep.
so there's that accountability there that you didn't have before. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Now tell me what it's like being part, right? It's a smaller group, but what's the atmosphere like being involved? Obviously, you guys are working out training, but kind of what's it like being
Mhm.
part of the whole thing?
Oh, it's great. I work out. I do the early morning, so I'm here at 5:45, and it's kind of the same people, give or
Hmm.
take a few, same people who work out together, and it's fun. I mean, we at 5:45 we all are actually pretty happy, pretty happy to be working out together.
Right.
Nobody comes in cranky. Nobody comes in miserable to be there, and so it's definitely a good motivator to get up out of bed and get here, knowing that you're going to basically work out with people who have become friends.
Is it in a way kind of like a family too?
Yeah, yep, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
and we push each other, and everybody kind of becomes Facebook friends. If you don't see somebody, you send a message saying, "Hey, missed you this morning," and there's definitely some accountability there as well.
Did you expect this? Like you knew it was gonna be different, but did you expect it was gonna be like this once you got into it?
Oh, no, not really. No,
Okay.
it's just so different because working out at other gyms where there's classes and you don't really get to know anybody, and there's not really any accountability. This is definitely something different.
Okay. And the time that we're talking now, how long have you been there, training there for?
I started let's see, I've been here probably about 2 months, eight
Okay.
weeks.
Okay.
hmm
So in those 2 months, right, in a very short period of time, what have you seen benefits wise? What have you seen results wise? Let's say numbers or anything along those lines.
Well, they take your measurements every 4 weeks, and
Mm-hmm.
which is another awesome aspect of it because I'm not probably wouldn't say I've been diligent to do that on my own when I'm at other gyms. So knowing that you have to be there to get your measurements taken, that's definitely a motivator because you don't want to show up. And I remember my
Mm-hmm.
first time I came in and I was like, oh my gosh, if I show up and I haven't lost any inches, they might kick me
Mm-hmm.
out. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't. But I was, I lost, I think overall 5 inches in the first 4 weeks and lost a couple percent body fat and maybe 4 pounds. And so that was a huge motivator for me. And I'm supposed to get weight again this Saturday. So I don't have my second month results yet, but I'm
Okay.
hopeful. I
Okay.
feel good.
Now, has there been any other benefits or side effects of this that came along that maybe you didn't expect? Maybe energy or sleeping patterns. Have you noticed any differences in anywhere else?
Oh yeah, I mean definitely the energy level is much higher. I had before I came here, I was definitely struggling with not having much energy throughout the day. So that's even getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I still have more energy during the day than I did before. And I think because I'm working out so hard, I don't want to ruin it with my diet. So I've been watching what I eat better. I've been drinking more water. Um, you know, I don't want to waste my time in here by what I do when I leave here. So.
Gotcha. And I'm guessing with those different energy levels, it may change some of the things of like maybe stress, like you handle stress better. You have more of an emotional balance that maybe wasn't there before. Am I right in
hmm
thinking that?
Oh, absolutely. And I think just feeling better about myself, just feel better about my body and about, you know, as you said, having more energy throughout the day. There's just very little stress and it's transformed almost every area of my life, I'd say.
And I'm guessing friends and family have seen this difference as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Any comments that you're getting from them?
I mean, just the usual, you're looking great, you're
Yeah.
losing weight, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So you have
hmm
the accountability, right? You're seeing the results, but then you also have the outside. You have friends, family saying those things. So I'm guessing that's a big motivation and also making sure the measurements, right, get measured at you.
Right.
But I'm guessing that's a big motivation to kind of keep going and keeping that lifestyle ongoing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. At this point, right, you've been there just a couple months, but would you go as far, you said it's big transformation, but would you go as far as say that this has been life changing for you?
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. I
Okay.
definitely, it's definitely something I want to keep up for sure.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
What would you say is probably your favorite part about training there? Anything about it?
I think just being here. I mean, I love being here, and I'm not, a typical early morning person. I mean, I've never typically jumped out of bed at 5 a.m. But I think in the 2 months I've been here, I've maybe have been here every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday, other than one time, and I never once lay there in bed going, oh, I don't want to get up. So I kind of hop right up out of bed. And I just I love being here. I love the atmosphere. I love the workouts, I'm typically the type that if a workout's going to be the same, I might, I get a little miserable.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never had the same workout twice being here. And so it's always different. And it's a high energy level in here. And so I think just being here.
And I'm guessing too, right? If there are certain things that you come into in a workout where, let's say you have a physical issue, I'm not able to do that. They'll modify things for
Oh,
you.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah. So
absolutely.
anybody can do it. It's not like a specific person or group of people that this
Yep.
is for.
And the trainers are knowledgeable as far as I had a little shoulder issue one day, and I
Mm-hmm.
brought in the some of the kinesiology tape, and he knew exactly how to tape it for me, and so they're knowledgeable. They're not just taking you through the workout; they're knowledgeable about your body and
Right.
how to
Okay.
modify it for sure.
All right. Give me maybe a few other words or phrases that kind of describe them, like the people. Like obviously, right? They're knowledgeable. They know how to be good trainers, but a few words or phrases describe the type of people that they are.
I love my trainer. He is very motivating. He's funny. He is and he I mean, you really feel like he knows you and he knows each of us and he knows what we're capable of
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna push us to get to where we need to be for sure.
Does it
So,
come off as he actually truly does care about you?
oh yeah, absolutely. Yep,
Okay.
no doubt.
Okay.
Yep.
So they care about you. They're there. They're knowledgeable. He's funny, right? So that makes it more the whole process that
Oh
much
yeah,
more enjoyable.
Yep.
Okay. So let's say there's somebody who has, I guess, is in a similar position where you were a few months ago. They're tired of the gym. They're looking for someplace else, and they hear your story and they're thinking about this place, but they're on the fence. What would you want to tell that person?
I would tell them to definitely jump off the fence and run in here because they will, they will find that they are cared about in here. They are motivated in here. They are going to be pushed to their, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't say over your limit. They'll be pushed to their limit. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there's a lot of times, at the end of your workout and everybody's kind of laying on the floor, but it's a good feeling, that you have exhausted everything and you can leave here knowing that you've been, you've given your all. And so this was one of the best decisions I've made in my life to be here.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Heather, thank you so much for coming on, taking the
You're
time
welcome.
out of your day to do this, to share your story experience, and I want to wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, take care.
All right, bye.